So were you ready to wrap it up for the night, and then you got your name called, or what? Just talk about last night.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that I'd fallen that far because I heard some other things, but just getting picked the very last pick, I've always had a thing for being dramatic, so I guess that's just me and my personality, that type of pick. So I'm really excited to go to the Miami Marlins, and they're a great club that's on the rise, so they're coming up hot.
Did Miami call you a little bit? We were talking to Ryan. He said you were cheesing it or something before you got picked.
No, I was actually just kind of nervous. I was kind of gritting my teeth. I wasn't really cheesing, but yeah, I was nervous. I heard that they might be taking me there, but so I was just kind of sitting there with my eyes closed, just kind of thinking, oh, if I don't get picked today, I'm going to be kind of upset. And then the last pick of the day, it was very exciting for me.
Can you speak to your development here at Arkansas and going undrafted out of high school into being, a number 73 overall pick?
Yeah, I mean it's really exciting. I've worked with the coaches, the strength coaches, extremely hard, and they've just pushed me to my limits and really made me into the person and the competitor I am today by challenging me every day and by making me do things that sometimes I didn't really want to do, and yelling at me when I need to be yelled at, and consoling me when I need to be get a hug or something. So they've been really great here, and there's no other place that I would have rather spent 3 years.
Do you know where you're going to start off at? Have they told you that at this point? Or?
No, not yet, because I haven't really had that much contact with them because they're still in the process of drafting. Still have plenty of rounds left to go for them. So right now they're focused on their draft and getting some more great players in there. So I'm excited.
How surprised were you to see Ryan fall as far as he did last night? I mean, what was that process like for you guys that know how well he pitches?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy to see, some guys that went before him go before him. But at the same time, I feel like it might be a blessing that he's going to go to the Tampa Bay Rays because they develop really well. I mean, obviously look at David Price and James Shields and all the guys that have come through there, and they have great pitching right now, and I'm sure he's excited to be hopefully get to be part of that rotation up there.
When you first came in here as an undrafted player, I mean, did you imagine yourself being picked in the top 80 picks, by the time you were a junior?
No, I was honestly thinking that I was going to be a 4-year player maybe, which is nothing wrong with that. But obviously I have a great opportunity right now going in the top 74 picks, second round. So it's great. It's exciting, and I'm really happy to have spent 3 years here, and it was a great blessing.
Yeah, but Barrett's probably going to be picked pretty early today. What are your thoughts about Barrett and whatever team picks him, what they'll be getting?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be getting a great pitcher who can start or relieve. He's very versatile, and he's just cool as can be whenever he's on the mound too. Nothing bothers him, and he's a really good friend of mine, and we've been together for 3 years now, and I've seen him work through everything, and he doesn't really show a lot of emotion, but that he's going to get the job done.
You had that oblique injury to start the year, and we're kind of struggling. I mean, did you think, wow, this could really affect my draft status, or?
Not really, because I knew that it was just a minor setback. It was just a little injury, and they weren't gonna see too much into it. And whenever I started struggling a little bit, I thought, I might slip a little bit. But once I started pitching well again, getting back to what I'm able to do, I just felt like I was getting better and better throughout the season, and so I felt like I could get back to where I was supposed to be.
I think it's made you a better pitcher, just kind of having to overcome the handicap like that early in the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only has it made me a better pitcher, it's made me a better person. Just being able to have to overcome something like that kind of setback was, and I feel like all the teams saw that, and all the teams realized that I'm a resilient young man, and they're going to get a battler whenever they pick me, and that's what the Marlins got.
13 saves a season school record. What's that record mean to you?
It's great. That was one of my goals before the season even started, obviously, and just to be able to go out there and put my name on the board, against next to greats like Phil Stidham and Zach Cox is up on our record board, several times, and so it's great to just be a part of a Razorback history in that way.
Zach Cox, he tweeted at you last night. He's in the Miami organization. What's he told you about their organization?
I haven't really reached out to him too much yet. He texted me congratulations, and because I mean he's obviously busy right now with his season. So, but I'm sure I'm going to talk to him a little bit more, try and figure out more about the Marlins, the way they run their system, and what to expect. So it's gonna be great, reaching out to him, talking to him, because me and him are actually pretty good friends.
Arizona's obviously losing a ton of great players like you and Ryan and other guys are going to go in the draft. Just kind of what do you see for the program moving forward, losing so much talent?
I mean, we tried to leave a legacy here. That was one of our goals, and mine personally as a freshman, was to come in here and be remembered, in a positive manner. And I feel like that's what this group did, being possibly the greatest pitching staff in the last 30 years. That's what the ERA says. So, it's been great to be a part of this and to kind of leave our mark on college baseball and the University of Arkansas specifically.
I guess, how do you think Arkansas will do with all you great players leaving? I mean, you know the pitchers that are still here. Just how do you see the program moving forward after losing so much talent?
No, they're going to be just fine. Arkansas is going to reload. They have great recruiters here and great coaches, and there's no facility that's second to none. So I mean, University of Arkansas is always going to be fine. They're a great school.
Now that you've had about a week to kind of process the season, just what are your thoughts looking back on it and what you guys did?
It was a great season for the team and for the pitching staff as a whole. We were a little disappointed, after being ranked number 1 preseason and then struggling a little bit. It kind of hurt a little bit, but at the same time, we did the best we could, and we played with our hearts on our sleeves every single game of the year. So, do I like the way it ended? No, but sometimes that's the way it goes.
You mentioned that number 1 ranking, but was that too much pressure, do you think, for you guys early on? I mean, how do you think you guys handled that?
No, it wasn't too much pressure at all. Nobody was feeling pressure, because once you start the game, it's just a game. You're going to go out there and you're going to compete your butt off, and that's what we did every game. So I don't feel like it was too much pressure. It didn't contribute to any downfall this season or anything like that.
Ryan said he expects you to move up pretty quickly through the organization. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I have a chance to move up quickly, fly through the system, and because I think they drafted me because maybe they're wanting some more bullpen help, even though they already have a great bullpen right now with Shishak in there. He's great. I've watched him pitch, and I love watching him pitch. But at the same time, maybe they wanted some more bullpen help this season, or to at least to start off next season.
Do you know if you're the first draft pick from Sulphur Springs, or do you have any idea?
I'm not sure. I think I might be, but I'm not quite sure about that one. So I'll have to research that one and let you know.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Colby.
Maybe